Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I was right, and that is the Russians are advancing, are conducting offensive operations in Kupyansk in Kharkiv/Kharkov Oblast, which is in the far east of Ukraine or in the north of the line of contact between the two, which is NATO and Russia. Ukraine and Russia. So yesterday I made a video with an update of the front, and I included Kupyansk over there, even though the article that I used from the Ukrainians, and I had some other articles coming from the British intelligence stating that in Kupyansk there's nothing happening right now, nothing. And I said, yeah, it's happening, but these guys are not reporting. So today, they kept their mouth shut one day. So let me show you this map and show you where the Kupyansk is. So this is in Kharkiv, Kharkov. Kupyansk is right here where this little thing here. This is Kupyansk. And the Russians obviously are advancing here. And they have been advancing slowly, slowly. The Ukrainians conducted evacuation measures here. They took the population away from these guys, knowing that these guys will show up and knock at heaven's door. And this is the article or the video I made yesterday. Ukraine front update 6th of January. Russians push on 4 fronts. The article I was using said on 3 fronts because they put Kupyansk outside. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that because I know better. In Avdiivka, they said Marinka, and they fight it on the left bank of the Dnieper River in Kherson. So I put Kupyansk here because I knew that something is going on over there. It's not like 3 fronts. That's why I put four fronts, because I knew better. Well, say whatever you want. I was right. Here, I'm sorry when I'm right when things go bad. So this is the left bank of the Dnieper River. So they said here, and then in Marinka down here, and Avdiivka. That's it. And it's not true because you got Liman as well right here, where you see how fucked up things are. And now we got Kupyansk right here. And that gets me to the today's article, which comes from the New Voice of Ukraine today on January 7th, 2024. And this is the headline. Brace yourselves. Russia intensifies attacks in Kupyansk sector. Of their 550 shells fired at villages and Ukrainian military positions in 24 hours. This was made yesterday, all right? So that for me it's almost 12 hours, but nevertheless, 24 hours. So things were happening, but these guys kept their mouth shut. And it wasn't, as I said, I think I said, UK, a British intelligence report saying that nothing happens over there. They're preparing something. They have been doing it anyway. So let's read and see what the hell they say it's happening in Kupyansk, shall we? Russian forces have been concentrating their attacks on the Kupyansk sector in recent days. What are you talking about? In this right here, go and watch this one, because I used one Ukrainian article, and it says 3 fronts, nothing happens in Kupyansk, and I specifically said it happened. It's happening as we're talking. Storming Ukrainian positions with both regular troops and units made up of Russian prisoners. Okay. Luhansk Oblast Governor Artem Lysohor reported on Telegram on January 7th. So the Russians in Kupyansk recent days, that's more than 2, it's plural, right? Storming Ukraine with both regular troops, that is with infantry, hoorah, and units made out of Russian prisoners. So these are troops going. So that means they cleared everything. As I said, this is the way the war is conducted over there. Part of it. I don't pretend I know everything, obviously. But this is the way they do it. They shell the other side. The other side shells back. Try to destroy their cannons, tanks, howitzers, whatever they have over there. And then after they clear it, they move in with troops, and then they move all the infrastructure here and then start doing again, and then after they clear, they move with their troops, and then they move the infrastructure over there. That's how they do it, with drones, with airplanes, with howitzers, whatever they got over there, with Grad rockets and so on. So it seems like the Russians are really breaking the front, I would say, on 3 locations, or maybe 4, but let's say 3. This is Kupyansk, Avdiivka definitely, Marinka definitely, and I would also include Krasny Liman, the one with trying to encircle the Ukrainians. In not Kharkiv, I always Kharkiv, and what's the other one south? Jesus Christ, Kherson. So in Kherson, nothing of this kind occurs. They don't advance. It's the Dnieper River that divides the two. So let's go back to the article. The invaders are not, and I'm quoting, not sparing tanks and armored vehicles in their assaults, the government said. What does it tell you? The government said, noting that the enemy had fired 550 shells at villages and Ukrainian military fortifications targeting the towns of Nevsky and Bilohorivka in particular. Russian occupation authorities recently announced their intention to restore the destroyed territories of Luhansk region by 2035, but their plan covers only about 10% of the facilities in need of repair or construction. That is less than 1% per year. Blah, 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 tra-la-la, lululu. Russian forces may intensify their efforts to capture Kupyansk in Kharkiv Oblast in the coming weeks, because they have a less degraded grouping there than in other areas of eastern Ukraine. The US-based Institute for Study of War, not trustworthy, of war, said in an early analysis. It has its own agenda. Go and check who are in charge of it. And they're connected with a little undersecretary of state called Victoria Nuland. So you got that one, is all stained. Ukraine is bracing for a renewed Russian offensive near Kharkiv as Moscow ramps up its bombardment of the northern city and the surrounding region, Kharkiv. Kharkiv is right here. The Russians call it Kharkov. So this is Kharkov. So they're going to probably invade this way if they have troops. I'm not aware they have troops right here. They must have some, but here is just bombardments right here. And they're going to come with this one, destroy this, and then move westward. So Kharkiv, as Moscow ramps up its bombardments of the northeastern city and the surrounding region. Targets include both civilians, goes without saying, and military positions in what is seen as preparation for a large-scale offensive in the coming weeks. The British newspaper The Telegraph reported on January 4th, citing a source close to the Ukraine's armed forces. So I think this is one of the articles I was mentioning a minute ago or a few minutes ago about the UK intelligence, reported by Telegraph, via Telegraph. The Russian army is carrying out daily assaults near Sinkivka to create a foothold for another offensive on Kupyansk. No Russian troops concentrations have been detected on various front lines in the region of Sinyakubov, said on January 5, adding that the missiles used by the Russian military to strike Kharkiv and the region in late December and early January were not of Russian blah blah blah. Okay, because yours are of Ukrainian blah blah blah, right? It's clear, my friends, NATO versus Russia. And Russia was smart enough to develop relationships with other countries that either were kicked in the teeth by Al Capone and his weasels, or they know better that their time is coming, which is China. And if Russia collapses, all these guys will be open in the air, and these guys are going to take them one by one with a sniper's rifle. Russian forces may intensively target energy infrastructure as winter weather conditions worsen. The head of Kharkiv Oblast said, well, this is a little bit strange because 2 days ago I made a video where, using again the intelligence that we have, Americans and Brits and everybody, saying that the Russians, I'm going to say, Russia changed tactics and they will focus on destroying not the energy facilities anymore, but the air defense, the arms manufacturing companies operating in Ukraine. So instead of destroying, as I said, energy providing sources like electricity or gas or whatever, they will destroy now the weapons. So let's see if I find here a change. Maybe that's the way it is. Let's see if I find it. And here it is. I made this on the 4th of January 2024. Major Russian strategy change. eliminating Ukraine's defense industry. And I said, no more targeting cities. No, that goes without saying, because they like it that way. I'm talking about the Ukrainians. So when they say here at the end of this that Russian, where is it? They will detect, where they say infrastructure, target Russian forces, right here in the last paragraph or sentence. The Russian forces may intensively target energy infrastructure as winter weather conditions worsen. This guy said, but in this one 2 days ago, they said that Russians changed their strategy from that one to exactly eliminating defense industry. So my friends, see, it's like I gave you this analogy. We, people like me and like you, when we read or we listen and we get our information, our news, I feel like I'm in a, let's say 2 o'clock a.m. in trying to go through a very narrow street and this or alley, and you know that people take shits over there, so they poop, pum 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 pum. You know it's over there, but you can't see the shits. And you come from a party and you have nice dress shoes and all that, and you know that you don't want to step on those pieces of shit. So you know they're over there, but you don't see them. So you just jump, pack, pack, pack. You jump around, and then when you sleep on one, you stepped on one. So that's the way we do with media. You know that these guys, when they give you the information, is garbage. So you have to make sure that you bob and weave, rope a dope, and then sprint out of the gang, of the alley, which is about, I would say, in my head, 15 meters, 10 meters. That is about what, 30 feet, 30 some feet, a little bit more. So anyway, that's how I see things. And after that, after you reach the other one, you just scrape the shit out of your beautiful dress shoes that you have. So that's the way I see it. So yes, these guys are attacking in Kupyansk. They have been doing that, but these guys were not reporting it. They were just preparing it. You know how you go and you prepare your steak before you put it, the meat, before you put it on the grill. You prepare it, you put some whatever seasoning, you put salt, a lot of it, a pepper and whatever, and then so that's what they do, and then put it on the grill, so you make the steak. The same here, they're preparing it right now. Massages, before they inject you with your COVID-19, what's that, boosters, they massage, so they relax your muscle, and then all right, got it? Exactly like that. All right, friends, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.